It's week 6 of the National Football League.
And we've got Pat Surtain.
He's one of the last guys you want to target in coverage. It's the Broncos and the Chargers.
And it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Good battle coming up here in the AFC West. So glad you're with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Part of this division has been the domain of the Kansas City Chiefs. They've won 8 straight division titles, 3 Super Bowl wins during that stretch as well. And every year, you get here and you ask, who can knock off the Chiefs?
Well, I think if you ask the other 3 teams in the AFC West, they would all say, okay, this is our year. But really, for a division where all 3 of those teams were sub-500 last year, now there's been some coaching changes, some new blood. But until you knock off the champ, they're still the champ. And right now, until further notice, this division continues to run through the Kansas City Chiefs. And barring something crazy, I don't expect that to change very much this year.
The Chargers led out by Justin Herbert in his 5th season out, Greg, as the Charger QB, a guy we saw win the Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2020.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Herbert. That's to his tight end, the former Seahawk, Will Dissly. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
In order for this play to be successful against man coverage, Mike, 2 things need to happen. 1, the quarterback has to anticipate the break. He has to get that ball out on time. And then the rest is the receiver creating the separation at the top. And when both are accomplished, you can see what the results are.
And a pickup of 3, or maybe 4, the linebacker Jonathan Cooper on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. Quentin Johnston, the man he was looking for on that one. And it's going to be 3rd down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls in.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Broncos led by the rookie, quarterback Bo Nix out of Oregon. The rookie, the last of the quarterbacks taken in the 1st round, number 12 overall. He's been around, he's 24 years old, but the rookie runs it for the Broncos.
There wasn't really anything fancy about the performance in last week's win, Mike. I mean, he had the 1 interception. He would clearly like to have that one back. But for the most part, thought he did a nice job keeping the ball out of harm's way. However, it's clear after reviewing the film, he left a lot of opportunities out there. I think there was a lot of meat left on that bone. The 2 touchdown passes, those were great. If he's going to continue to lead his team to more wins in the future, he has to do a better job identifying those mismatches, finding those opportunities, and when they present themselves, he's got to take it.
A big-time play for the Broncos. 31 yards. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Javonte Williams. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hacks to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
On second down, it's Nix. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Off the play fake, here's... Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
This defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them early in this game. That's already 2 sacks allowed.
The Chargers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. As we give you a look at the league's leaders in receiving touchdowns, you can see he's second best among NFL running backs at this point in the year. Herbert now on first down. He'll get that to his new target this season, DJ Chark.
Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Pass brought in by Chark. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
You don't want to make a living off of making these kind of throws, Mike. It's one thing to throw into tight coverage, but it's another thing to throw into tight double coverage. And while the quarterback gets away with one here, I don't think you want to make a living doing it.
And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face second down and 7. Now Herbert on the bootleg. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Throwing is Herbert on third down. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Caden Stearns.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
The Broncos offense ready to take over for their second possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Here's Nix to throw. A throw complete to Tim Patrick.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. First and 10. A give And here comes Williams. Whoa. And he's out of bounds in great shape down at the 15-yard line. What a run by Williams. 31 yards.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
On first down, here's Nix to throw. This is caught at the 2. To the goal line and in. Portland Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. It's his 4th touchdown on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Here's Darius Davis to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Chargers offense ready for this next possession. The next drive about to start as we take a look ahead to what's coming up the next couple of nights. Starting tonight, Sunday Night Football, it's the Bengals and Giants at MetLife Stadium, 8:20 Eastern Time, followed tomorrow by Monday Night Football. Quick turnaround for the stadium crew. The Bills and the Jets also at MetLife. Kickoff there, 8:15 from Jersey.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Edwards. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Herbert. That's to the tight end, Hurst. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down. Now it's Dobbins, and he'll get this to the 43-yard line. The linebacker, Cody Barton, in on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6. On the ground, here's Dobbins. And this will be a short gain down to the 41-yard line. The linebacker, Cody Barton, in on the tackle. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Herbert going to try to throw on 3rd down. He's got his tight end. That's Hurst. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
That one complete to Johnston. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Herbert. This throw taken in by Hurst. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. That's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he keeps the legs moving, able to get it down inside the 5.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
It is brought in the end zone. Quentin Johnston. Touchdown Chargers. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Here's Smith to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He connects, it's in the hands of Reynolds. And a big strike for good yardage there, all the way up to midfield.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
And that one is caught. And he will score. Marvin Mims. Touchdown, Denver. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chargers offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Herbert. That'll be taken in by Edwards. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. Herbert to throw. Yep, the man is Johnston. He's got it. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. To throw is Herbert. Off he goes. The Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. Clock says 25 seconds till halftime. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Herbert. Whoa! He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this 1st half.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They do try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 1st half of play. So we come to halftime here in Denver, and the Broncos are out in front as we send you to Orlando to check in with the coach, Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start our tour in the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. And it's the Steelers who are out in front. George Pickens, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. Jalen Tolbert, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. Rondale Moore, a touchdown reception. It was a terrific 1st half for the rookie 1st-round pick, Bo Nix. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission. These 2 teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the 2nd.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the 2nd half is underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Chargers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. As we give you a look at the league's leaders in receiving touchdowns, you can see he's 2nd best among NFL running backs at this point in the year. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now it's Herbert. This throw taken in by Hurst. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Third down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
Throwing again, Herbert. The open man is Johnston. He's got it. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Flags coming. Looks like there was movement on the right side of the O-line. Pistol here for Herbert. That'll be taken in by Edwards. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Nice pickup here to the back, and what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man. They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On play action. Now Herbert. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Herbert. And that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Chargers are back within a point. It's 14-13.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. Javonte Williams heading out with the Broncos for their next drive. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And a good, hard run. He would not be denied. Surging forward to pick up 8. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go again with Williams. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Patrick motioning here. Nix, now to throw it here on 1st down. This one caught by Patrick. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. On the give, it's Williams. Ooh. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the 2nd half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll throw. It's Nix. And that ball incomplete.
Goes without saying, Mike, you have to be smart with the ball, especially down here in the red zone. You're already in scoring position. And I understand they're trying to come away with a touchdown, but at the very least, come away with 3. Worst case scenario is you turn the ball over and you come away with nothing.
On 2nd down, it's Nix. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And the Broncos are going to be set up. 1st and goal coming up. They'll mark them down at the 6-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. 1st down and goal. They'll run. It's Williams. And he will get into the end zone. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Broncos. That his 1st touchdown this year. Greg, they did everything they wanted to do on that drive, and now a chance to really make it an important lead.
Mike, with that touchdown there, they're an extra point conversion from extending this lead to a 2-score game. And at this point in the 4th quarter, I think they feel pretty good about their chances of holding on.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll run here. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Shotgun now for Herbert. Oh, the blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes. They need one right now. 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get to the backfield and bring him down.
And the Chargers will punt, getting set to kick it away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
On 1st down, right back to Williams. And he's going to be taken down, but a marker is on the field, and we need to check this call. That one on the former Notre Dame star, Mike McGlinchey. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the 4th quarter, and that's a gift. I mean, that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
On 1st down, it is Williams. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage, A loss of a couple.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Here comes Williams on the toss to the right. Whoa! Finding space at the 15. And he is going to be out of bounds. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. The last run going to put him up over 100 yards for this one. Down at the 12. It's first and 10. Here's a handoff to Williams. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Second and a yard. They'll drop to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Portland Sutton. Touchdown, Denver. Second touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
The kick by Lutz is good. The Broncos will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Throwing now is Herbert. This one complete to Palmer. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. He connects with Palmer on that one. And he will score. Joshua Palmer. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
A one-score game late, and you figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick.
That was their last shot. They've got no timeouts left. Now the offense could just simply come take the field. Best play in football, Mike. Victory formation, take a couple knees, get on with the win.
They'll come up here, first and 10. They run over center with Williams. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
Patrick Motioning here. On the ground, here's Samaje Perine. Good blocking to the 15. And he gets marked out of bounds, but inside the 5-yard line. 29 yards in all, and they'll have it first and goal.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the fourth quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
Well, a touchdown here could be the capper to a victory. It is first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Lutz for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Broncos are going to extend their lead. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. Now, Herbert. There's that man again. Another catch. They'll come up for first and 10. A dive and a catch. Incredible. Here's first down. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it. They'll try again here. Second and 10. Herbert to the air again. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So this will wind up a win for the Broncos. They continue to be the hottest team in the NFL here in the first couple of months of the season as they remain unbeaten. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA.